A good music notation application should be capable of scoring Beethoven's Fur Elise exactly as shown in this piano book, right? Well, we're going to find out very soon because I'm going to be furiously notating Beethoven's Fur Elise using Music Jotter in a time lapse. And I'm going to match that up against the music. For those of you who don't know though, Music Jotter is a music application that I'm developing for composers, and I want to see if we are ready to score the Fur Elise at this stage. So I'm putting myself on the spot and under pressure so you can see for yourself how this application works. And you also get to see how fluid and responsive and easy to use this application is. Notating Beethoven the way that he intended is a very difficult task because Beethoven is a rhythm master. He carefully makes use of rests and dotted notes to portray his message. And at a first glance, the Fur Elise notation looks pretty basic, but as I started to notate this piece, you could tell that you were reading music of a master who really knew the rules of music theory. I also had to add unplanned functionality in Music Jotter in order to create this video, which is support for cross-measure beaming. Because of this Fur Elise video, Music Jotter can now support cross-measure beaming even across systems and pages, which make notating the Fur Elise possible. So if you think that's really cool, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe. The Fur Elise, though, is an interesting piece because there's a section where Beethoven makes you think he's going to develop it, but then it quickly turns back to the original well-known melody that we all love. Why he did this, though, to me it seems clear that Beethoven wanted Elise to focus on the main melody, but we still don't know who Elise is, so maybe Beethoven can enlighten us. When engraving a work of a composer, you really start to get a deeper understanding of that composer's thought process. Here are some of the elements of this piece to consider. The rhythms used would be the 8th note, 16th note, 32nd note, and dotted notes. Tuplets used would be the 16th note basic triplet. We have careful rest placements everywhere. We have two types of grace notes that are used, the appoggiatura and the attaccatura. We have clef changing. We have an octava, but in this demonstration, I'm going to be using an octave clef because I don't have octavas coded in yet. We have pickup measures, which is a partial measure usually at the beginning of a piece that precedes the main melody. However, Beethoven used these pickup measures in his endings before his repeats as well. I believe he did this because it was necessary to fit the rhythms he intended in a clear manner. We have cross-measure beaming. He did this to enhance those famous notes to his preceding melody. Grouping notes do affect your music, by the way, and it has to do with strong beats followed by weak beats. Music Jotter's playback will in fact reflect this. So pay very close attention to the note groups in Fur Elise as I notate it. Okay, now let's get into the time lapse. I slowed down the tempo of this piece so that you have time to see what's going on. What you're going to see next is 2 hours of footage over 3 days, condensed into about 4 minutes. Enjoy.